So here's a really basic explanation on how you can quantum jump. Once again, quantum jumping is just a type of manifestation and alignment exercise you can do to help you connect with the version of yourself who's already received everything you've wanted to receive. This is really much coming from the idea that Dr. Joe Dispenza put out, which is you don't receive what you want, you receive who you are. And this is why in a quantum jump, it's all about connecting with the version of you who's already received everything you've wanted to receive. Because through that connection and the embodiment of that version of you, you're putting yourself into a vibration where you're in alignment with receiving your desires. So I have a bunch of different methods on my page under the quantum jumping method playlist, but I'll kind of give you a step-by-step here. Step 1, write down everything you would want to receive in this reality. What kind of car would you have? What kind of home would you have? Get all of the details down of your greatest and biggest desires. Then what I always like to do is start with gratitude, is really honoring all of the amazing things that are currently in your reality, giving gratitude and appreciation for your present timeline, so to speak, or where you're at right now. Then when you're in a deep state of gratitude and appreciation, then what you do is you start connecting with a reality where you've already received those things. So I start to close my eyes and I tune in, what would it look like if I had received all those things? How would it feel? The feeling's the most important part. What would it feel like if I had that car and that home and that job? What do I look like in that reality? And I start to notice, how do I act? Do I eat differently? Do I exercise differently? Who am I in a world where I've received all my wildest dreams? The deeper you go into this visualization, the more powerful it will be. Then once I feel complete, like I've fully connected with that reality and that version of myself, what I do is I call it into my body. I imagine stepping into that version of myself, really then grounding and anchoring it into the present moment. Sometimes I'll call it my higher self and ask my higher self to assist in anchoring that version of me into the now. And I'll just take some really deep breaths and allow this integration to occur. Once again, when I intuitively feel complete, then I slowly bring my mind and body back into the present, wiggling my toes and fingers, and then coming out of that meditative state. What this does is instantaneously shifts your energy into a state where you're now a vibrational match for your desires. But then another part of quantum jumping is now showing up differently. So if you notice that version of you ate differently, exercised differently, it's important to do your best to show up the way that version of you showed up. But I noticed because energetically you're a vibrational match, it's easier to feel motivated and it's way easier to show up for yourself than if you hadn't done that. So this is just what works for me, but if you have any more questions, comment below.